You have kids. Deep down, do you not worry about the world that Donald Trump is going to leave your kids and my kids?
No, I don't. I would have been more worried if Kamala Harris had won. Woke is people running around screaming hysterically about absolutely everything, and they want to dictate how people lead their lives.
Piers Morgan went on the Late Late Show and shut down the host for pushing a woke mentality. Watch as he clashes with Patrick Kielty over woke culture and Trump.
Are you similar to Donald Trump? Because I'm thinking that you're both good on social media, you divide opinion. A lot of people think you talk sense out of your backsides.
Piers points out how Trump connects with people on important issues like the economy and immigration. He also talks about how Trump's ideas align with common sense by reflecting views that a lot of people have.
I would say that Trump won this time for 3 reasons. He won because people trusted him more on the economy and to fix the cost of living crisis. They trusted him more to fix the crisis on the southern border in America, where they got a genuine illegal immigration crisis. Nearly 10 million people have come in illegally in the last 4 years. But actually, he talked about this when he won. He represents to a lot of Americans a core of common sense, he called it.
Focusing on real issues like jobs, inflation, and border security showed that people wanted solutions, not just opinions. This was what gave Trump an edge over the people.
Now, people say to me, "Oh, you're so controversial." I'm like, well, which of my opinions is actually that controversial?
So you think you're the voice of common sense?
I don't think my opinions are that controversial. I think that actually they're the opinions of the majority. When I was coming here today, the number of people who came up to me at the airport were like, "Piers, we're right behind you. Keep talking the common sense."
According to him, the cultural climate is where things are starting to go wrong.
I called my show uncensored. No. And you should all be able to disagree with each other. You and I should be able to go to the pub, have a few pints of the black stuff, argue about everything, and then stay friends. Funny enough, Emily and I are like that. We have terrible dinner parties where we end up shouting at each other, and then we can't wait to do it again.
He presents himself as someone who defends free speech, especially in today's world, where people are scared to share their opinions.
That's how society should be.
That's how society should be. It's not how society is.
No.
You have kids. Deep down, do you not worry about the world that Donald Trump is going to leave your kids and my kids?
No, I don't. I would have been more worried if Kamala Harris had won, because it would have sent a message that this whole woke, as Elon Musk calls it, the woke mind virus.
He clearly believes that Kamala Harris's presidency would have led to the rise of cancel culture, which is a big issue for him. He talks more about woke culture and how it has lost its original purpose.
Woke has got a bad rap, rightly. What it used to be was raising awareness for social and racial injustice. By that criteria, I'm woke. But that's not what it is anymore. What it's become is a kind of new form of fascism, where people who identify as woke, they want to dictate how everybody else, how they dress, how they speak, what they find funny, the jokes that they can laugh at, the heroes that they can revere, the books they can read, the movies they can enjoy. That is fascism.
He claims this mindset limits freedom and is similar to the oppression that it is meant to fight. What began as a fight for justice has turned into a way to control others.
This might not be popular in the room, but I don't care. And it's this. In America, the most popular ad that Trump did was about the whole issue of trans athletes in women's sport, which I've been very vocal about for years. I think it's completely unfair, unequal, and it shouldn't be happening. I also want equal rights and fairness for all trans people at the same time. There's nothing to do with being transphobic. It's about protecting women's rights.
Patrick disagrees with him and brings up another view of how voters may have felt.
Trump did an ad, and all it said was, Kamala is for they, them. Trump is for you. They reckon it was the most effective 30-second political ad in modern times.
You say that, but the exit polls after that American election didn't talk about pronouns. They said people were voting on the economy. And
yeah, but that ad, they reckon, the New York Times, which is a liberal newspaper, they said that ad may have swung it by 2 to 3 points.
He uses the New York Times as a source, which is huge in making his point. The fact that even a liberal outlet saw the power of Trump's ad only strengthens his argument that social issues like this were central to the election.
a lot of people would also say that the trans community out there are people who are fearful and need supported, and the idea of being woke isn't about being a fascist. It's about going through life instead of having your eyes closed, having your eyes open, and maybe just trying to be kind.
Do you even believe that?
I do.
Really?
I think there's a lot of people do.
Come on.
Patrick sees woke culture differently. He emphasized that it is about empathy and supporting vulnerable groups. For him, it's more about awareness than control, but Piers does not see it that way.
Woke is people running around screaming hysterically about absolutely everything, and they want to dictate how people lead their lives. And we are a free democratic society. You should be able to lead your life how you want to lead it, have the opinions you want to have the right to live your life how you want to lead it.
Do you believe everything you say, or is there an element,
Yeah, I do.
Piers, of stirring the pot?
I do. I genuinely hate vegan sausage rolls.
He thinks woke culture is now more about controlling what people can say and think, rather than promoting kindness, which is against the concept of democracy.
Look, I do believe what I say. It's not like I don't just literally sit there and go, let me find something to wind up all the wokies, even though they are very easy to wind up. But I genuinely believe what I say. But again, I come back to, you might categorize my views as controversial. I don't. I genuinely
No,
think...
I just categorize some of your views as wrong. I don't think they're controversial.
Whoa.
In the same way that you said that I'm wrong.
Okay.
This was the highlight of the show. Watch how Piers leaves him speechless.
Let's test that three. Which of my views do you think are so wrong?
I would say...
Patrick, how long have we got?
how long have we got?
He's running down the clock. You see my point?
I'm not running down the clock.
Now you're struggling, right? Because
No.
you know I'm controversial, but you can't remember why.
Piers, I mean, we literally could be here until 12
Give me
o'clock.
one.
Until 12 o'clock.
Give me one.
Patrick had no way out and decided to bring Piers' stance on Trump, but he got it all wrong. Piers also uses the opportunity to clear up the misunderstanding.
I think the idea of supporting Trump, for a start...
I didn't support Trump. I said he'd win.
If he called you in the morning, would you take a job?
Well, hang on. You say, no, I wouldn't take a job. No, absolutely
No?
not. No, of course not. No, I'm a journalist. Donald Trump's been a friend of mine for nearly 20 years, right? If you ran for politics, I might find some of your views outrageous, but I still would want to be friendly with you.
Piers talks about Trump's big political comeback and how it had a positive impact on him.
No, look, I think it's one of those things where with Trump, he became a good friend of mine. He was very loyal to me. When I left CNN and came back to UK, I could count on one hand the number of high-profile Americans who bothered to stay in touch. And he used to call me like every 3 weeks and send me little notes and be encouraging, can I help you? When I was of no use to him whatsoever.
He also admires how Trump handled tough situations, like when he got shot.
I like his loyalty. I also think that when he got shot, he showed the world a different side to him we wouldn't have expected. I wouldn't have done. The way he got back up when he was shot and said, fight, fight, fight.
Do you think that changed the election?
I think it won him the election. I think a lot of Americans admired just the sheer balls of doing that. And that's their decision, which you have to respect.
What do you think about Piers Morgan's thoughts on woke cultures and his relationship with Trump? Let us know in the comments section below.